Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we're going to be reviewing the F8 Spider. This is Ferrari's convertible version of their mid-engine supercar. Let's dive in and see how this car handles. So the Ferrari F8 Spider has a twin-turbo V8 engine delivering a staggering 710 horsepower. It gives you superior speed with open-air driving, which is pretty much the best of both worlds. So it blends performance and style all together in one car. So this F8 is exactly what you expect when you think Ferrari, starting off with an aero duct right here, flowing air all the way to the rear, carbon ceramic brakes, lightweight retractable hardtop, little more carbon fiber here, carbon fiber there. So at the rear of the Ferrari, you do have a little lip here that produces a little more downforce, and the air flowing comes all the way here, all the way to the rear diffuser from the bottom, producing a lot more downforce. This does come with black ceramic coated exhaust tips, which sound very nice. All right, so hopping into the car, you automatically know you're in a Ferrari. Starting off, you have these very nice Ferrari red sport bucket seats, some very bolstering carbon fiber here. Everything is very driver focused. All the buttons are on the steering wheel, the little Manettino, so you can switch from wet, sport to race, CT off and ESC off. That's when you have a lot of fun. But you do have a carbon fiber flat bottom steering wheel, these massive carbon fiber paddles that are very fun. So what I do like about this car, especially compared to newer Ferrari models, it does have the analog look. Engine start stop button, not a screen. It's not a digital infotainment cluster, it's analog. But the cons of this is, if you're tall, it is very hard to fit in. You know, not a lot of headspace. Knees are pretty much touching the steering wheel, but I mean, if you're driving a Ferrari, you can throw that aside. It's still the best experience in the world. Enough talk now, let's get this car out on track. Okay, so after my first lap in the F8 Spider, I'm actually extremely impressed. You know, coming into it, I thought it was more of a gentleman's car. Driving on the street, it was very, very comfortable. But now that I'm letting it unleash on the track, oh my gosh, this power. Again, the braking efficiency for a street car is, it's actually comparable to a 488 Pista, which was their track-focused car. I mean, look at this go. Over 100 miles an hour already. Up 6th gear. Jesus. So it's starting to rate a little. The gear, the braking. The turn-in is very precise. I would say better than most street cars. I mean, that's what Ferrari's known for. Good visibility. Oh, don't even get me started about the gearbox. Super clean. Go down the gears, smooth as butter. And even when you think you missed a corner, the car grips up, takes you right there, get a little sideways. Another good thing about this car, the ability, because of the suspension, to mantle to pretty much right up on these curves. Phenomenal. Most cars, it really unsettles it, but this one, very good race suspension. I'm loving it. So very customizable and very responsive. So you don't really get that out of a bunch of manufacturers, but Ferrari really nailed it on this car. And of course, of it being the last combustion V8 Ferrari, now they moved on to the V6 hybrid. This is really one to keep in your collection, I would say. So just got off the track with this F8. What an amazing drive. My initial thoughts going into it, I thought it would be a very gentleman-like car, very soft suspension, which it did have very soft suspension. You did pick up a few understeer getting the power. The front would come up a little, but that was made up for on the straights. This engine, 710 horsepower, is absolutely crazy to have that at the rear wheels. I did have a few moments because it's so much power, but after you master that, it's nothing but fun. With the aero of this car, you really did feel the car planted. Compared to the Purosangue we reviewed in our previous video, this is a major step up. You really do feel the lip helping, getting out of the corners, a lot of aero down. So even after I did do my laps on track, I do have a few things I would like to talk about. The suspension, although it is a sports car and it's, you know, known to be rough and everything, I didn't feel it was rough. It was very soft, so I would like for it to be a little stiffer, especially when you're on track. It moves around a lot, the suspension, which is good, especially for the road. But on track, you really want it to be firm. You want to feel the car, feel the track. So that's one thing I would say. But what is amazing about this car is the transmission. A Ferrari transmission is so quick on upshifts and downshifts. It really really makes you feel like you're at speed. Thank you for watching. If you did like the video, please hit the like button and subscribe. Next up, we have one of the most track-focused cars that you can purchase at the moment.